Hi everyone, it's Hani from Haniela's here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Boy, do I have a Christmas extravaganza prepared for you. In this video, we're going to decorate several Christmas-inspired cookies using a single shape. So I hope you guys will enjoy this tutorial. Let's get started. You're going to need round cookies and variety of different colors. I'm going to use two consistencies, 20-second consistency and about 10, you can use 8 to 10-second consistency around there. So I'm starting by outlining each cookie with 20-second consistency royal icing. This is going to act as a border, so our more fluid icing is not going to overflow from the cookie. Try not to overfill the cookie with the base layer anyway, because we're going to be adding extra colors in there. So if your base layer is already filled up to the max, when you add extra colors, it may overfill. So just be mindful of that. And while the base is wet, we're going to create a variety of different designs. In this first design, I'm going to do a classic plaid design. So I'm using green icing, piping straight lines across. If you do make a little boo-boo, you can scrape it off and quickly fill that section with extra icing and nobody will ever know. And then you can continue with your design. So starting with these lines, and then you can turn the cookie and make the lines that are perpendicular. And then we can switch to a different color. And I'm going to use red icing here. When starting the line like this, try not to squeeze the bag too much. Just let a little bit of icing come out and then anchor it and move it in a direction you want to go. That way you're going to eliminate that bulb and at the very beginning of the line. All right, so here in this second design, we are making, can you guess what we are making? We are making a snowflake. I love wet on wet snowflakes. They're so fun to do and really easy and very, very quick. You can also adapt this design on a classic snowflake shape. So I started with 4 arms, and then we can add remaining arms. You can start with all the arms at the same time, but I felt like this was working a little better for me, doing it in steps. So piping the lines like this and then running a scribe tool through it creates a beautiful, beautiful pattern. And then all you have to do, you can embellish the outer perimeter of the snowflake, or you can add some dots between. You can also add a dot in the middle. Now I'm adding red icing in the middle of pink, and we can shape this dot using a scribe tool into a teardrop shape, and then if you pull it opposite direction, you'll get this lovely shape. And now white in the middle. Here, what are we doing here? Can you guess? I'm alternating 3 colors, red, pink, and white, all the way to the top. And we are making a cute little Christmas tree. Again, all of these colors that I'm dropping into the green are about 8 to 10-second consistency. Your icing needs to be fluid enough so you can create these wet on wet designs. And then at the very top, we're going to also add star and also a stem with dark green. And now we can add some yellow for the lights. And then to make the star, pipe a large dot and then use your scribe tool to shape this icing into a star. Just pull the icing into the sides and then bring them in to create a cute little star. For a snowy detail, you can add some white polka dots. Guys, if you'd like to learn more about cutout cookies and find out solutions to all your cutout cookie conundrums, you can check out my ebook. Link is in the description box. Now this is my favorite. I love this so much. We are making a candy cane. So easy to do. So I'm just dropping white and red dots like this, and then we're gonna do some magic. This is a cookie decorating sorcery here. and run the scribe tool, just the tip of the scribe tool. You don't want to go too deep into the icing, and just go around the perimeter like this. Isn't that cool? And now to add some greenery to this, I'm going to run my scribe tool through the middle like this, and if needed you can always go back and connect some of these leaves into the main branch. And now we're gonna make a holly leaf. So I'm going to use my scribe tool again and carefully pull the icing outwards like so. And then we're missing a middle vein and then also red berries. Now here I am making a wreath, a classic. Adding light green, dark green. You can make these in so many different colors. You can also have the base white. Now I'm adding some lines like this, and it's super simple. We're just going to run tip of the scribe tool through the middle of these dots, and then it's going to create a beautiful wreath. I'm adding some white for the highlight, and there you have it. It changes instantly as you pull the scribe tool through the icing. I just love this technique so much. Let me know, have you tried wet on wet decorating techniques? Which one is your favorite? Here is another idea that you can try to make a wreath. I find this one, it's a bit simpler and faster than the previous one. But let me know which one do you like better. So I'm basically piping 2 zigzag lines overlapping, and now we're gonna run a scribe tool through the middle. And that's how you can achieve a beautiful green wreath. Now I'm adding some pink dots here and there. You can cluster them into 3. Now adding some yellow for the lights. And there. In this design, we are going to make another snowflake. So I dropped bright red color into the green. Now I am using my scribe tool to pull red icing. Make sure that you clean the tip of the scribe tool after each time you run it through the green icing. And now we can add snowflake arms. They don't look like arms at the moment, but as soon as we run the scribe tool through the middle, it's going to change everything. All right, here comes the fun. When you're doing this design, I suggest that when you're entering that red circle, just do it slowly. You don't want to rush it, so you don't want to mess up that lovely red design. And now we're going to make another Christmas tree. And we're just going to run scribe tool through the middle. So I'm adding 3 colors, dark green, light green, and white for the highlight. And now we can run it through the middle. To make things more festive, I'm adding some red dots. Guys, you can find a full recipe for royal icing here on my blog, here on my YouTube channel, and also printable version. It's on my blog. I also have a small batch recipe, and for those of you who are not able to get meringue powder, you can use fresh egg white. Just make sure that the egg whites come from a credible source. I have all these recipes listed on my blog and also on my YouTube channel here. I'm going to put a link to all these recipes in the description box. Now, can you guess what we are making here? We are making holly leaves. I started with a light green outline. Now I'm filling it with dark green. You can also start by making the dark section first and then using light green to outline. It's up to you. It doesn't have to be in this order that I'm doing here. And to shape these leaves into holly leaves, what we have to do, we have to use our scribe tool, and I'm just going to pull the icing outwards. So we're going to start on the sides, and you can drag it out into the white. Make sure that you clean the tip of the scribe tool frequently so you don't transfer white icing into the green. And to brighten this design, we're going to add red berries. So I'm gonna add a vein in the middle with light green, and then we can add the berries. Use your scribe tool to shape this vein across, and then it's time for the berries. So I'm adding red dots onto the leaves and also on the white icing. This reminds me of napkins and also tablecloth I have. Now I'm gonna add some sparkle to this with gold luster dust. I've got gold luster dust in a spray pump. I love this stuff so much. I use it so frequently. And here are all the beautiful holiday cookies using wet on wet royal icing decorating. Let me know which one is your favorite, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.